I have such a treat for you. I wanted to show you one of the greatest blessings that God has ever given me. Look at this yard. This is amazing. I love this place. I love nature, and my family and I have made a lot of choices that have limited, like we've chosen career options in the past that have limited our income and our lifestyle. And when we moved into this house, it was absolutely such a gift from God, because it is more than we could do on our own. And I just wanted to share it with you. So this gorgeous bush behind me, it's a tree that has been trained. It's over 50 years old. If you look at the root, I'm forgetting what these flowers are called, but this usually grows like a bush. And the original homeowners loved their yard. And so they shaped, the father of the family shaped this tree. Like if you look at it, the root is curved and it becomes a tree trunk. And it's just like this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I mean, look at it, it's amazing. Look at all those gorgeous flowers, and just, they have a gardener that comes and that's been working on it for years too. And I just love this yard. I love that the people who lived here loved it and treasured it. These ferns have a story that goes with the original homeowners. They were from Uncle Joe's yard, and Uncle Joe lived a few blocks away in an area called Rolando, and he had an open lot next to his house. And so the family had 2 children when they moved in. And they even designed their patio area so that it could be like a massive playpen for their youngest. He ended up becoming a pastor, but I've called this my secret garden. I've gotten to live here for about 1.5 years now, and I just love it. So the lady who we are renting from, she's the daughter of the original owners, and she is wonderful. She's become one of my dearest friends in the whole world. And I love that she planted these ferns behind me. This particular type of fern is what they use on the space station to purify the air. It's one of the best air purifiers on the planet. And so for me, it was a very personal thing that this yard had these air purifiers. My husband has really struggled with an autoimmune disease that affects his lungs. So for me to walk into this beautiful yard with this curving path, and to get to see these, the bush with the beautiful pink flowers on it, and then the air purifying ferns, this massive tree. Look how gorgeous this tree is. I have not climbed it yet, but one of my favorite things is that my niece, she's 10 years younger than I am, or like 12 years younger than I am, carved from the same cloth. We love nature, and when she came to visit me, first thing she did was climb this tree. I love it. She's like 30. Anyway, so there's more ferns growing through here, and then they have like a dividing fence. So there used to be a pool back here, and they took out the pool, but look, it just lures you in. I just absolutely love it. So look what's next. Oh my gosh. This place, I just love it. Like the lattice work, I love how that looks. There's like a little potting area back here. Not sure if you can see that. They have some succulents, which I'm not great at growing. You've got some rosemary. There's a real hodgepodge of flowers, but for me, the first time I saw the house, like I was moved to tears, and the homeowner just shared with me what everything meant to her. And the fact that it all has a story just makes me so happy. So where these ferns are is where I understand there used to be an above ground pool. And the homeowner's daughter, as I'll call her, we'll keep her anonymous. She had a gift for plant reproduction. And so she was a specialist in getting plants to reproduce, and was a researcher at San Diego State University. Whoa, San Diego State University. I tripped on the thing here, getting so excited. So anyway, she's just planted whatever came into her heart and mind and hands, I guess, to plant back here. But I love it. It's such a rich hodgepodge for me. And slowly but surely, she's replacing some plants with water-wise plants. So some of the bushes that you see here are meant to be kind of scraggly because they are supposed to be drought tolerant. There's different kinds of lavender. I'm getting a low battery warning. There's a tree that needed to be cut down, and this area I just love it. I just imagine, like, if I were a little kid, I'd play back here all the time, because look, then you're like, ooh, let's go explore. There's all these cool things, there's old tree stumps, there's stories to go with those tree stumps. And then the neighbor's yard has this cool pomegranate tree right there, and you're like, ooh, what's happening over there? You know, I could just imagine being a little kid. One of my favorite memories. Look, you can even like pretend you're going through a secret garden. I love this stuff. Isn't this wonderful? Oh gosh, this place makes me so happy. It's one of the greatest. It's one of the greatest gifts I could have ever imagined. We've made a lot of hard decisions in our lives to live out our faith and to follow the Lord to hard places, because we felt like that was what we were being invited to do. And so to get to live in such a beautiful, rich, peaceful place now is like unbelievable. Like, I'm looking up at these gorgeous trees, and I'm just like, oh man, to be in San Diego and get to have access to this is just rich. This property is actually on the National Registry of Wildlife, because this fabulous yard has attracted so much of the native animals here in San Diego that are hard to find. So this is the side yard, and it's just everywhere you look, there's like another little treat. Like, there's some citrus trees right here, and then like this fabulous lavender bush. I cut it back quite a bit actually this winter, and now it's just flourishing again. It's about, look how beautiful and happy those are. It smells pretty cool. I'm always surprised by how lavender in real life smells. And then this gorgeous, I don't know if it's primrose. My homeowner would know. And then behind me, drawing us further in, is this gorgeous fire stick cactus, I think is what it's called. You can correct me on that. Some drought-tolerant daisy type species, some roses. So it's really a mix of different things. This is I think it's called the China berry tree, Chinese hollyberry or Japanese hollyberry. Forgive me if I'm getting that mixed up. This thing is really fun. When I was little, where we lived always had plants like this, and you can't eat these berries, but we'd pretend that you could. Because in California, we pretend wildlife a lot. And then that back there is a butterfly plant. So it grows all kinds of butterflies. And then these were such a surprise treat. These guys right here on the side. They bloom, I think they're called 5 Naked Ladies. And they're these gorgeous pink flowers. But look, there's something new coming up this year. We've had more rain in the last year than the previous year, and so there's some plants that are coming up that I've never seen before, like those right there. I'm not even sure you can see them. Anyway, this is such a happy place for me that I wanted to be able to share it with you and treasure it forever in my video vault. Gorgeous Mediterranean palm. Yeah, don't ask me to name all this stuff. I just love it and I treasure it and I get to live here. Oh, I didn't even talk about these guys. Geraniums. So geraniums are kind of funny, and if you have any wisdom about them, let me know. I did just a tiny bit of research because these guys were looking pretty shabby. And what I came up with was, if you cut them back a little bit and put them in sunshine, they really need full sun to do well, but they'll come back year after year. So I'm thinking I might cut these way back because they've overgrown their pots, so like all the green is outside the pot, not in the pot. So if you have any wisdom on that, let me know. But oh, okay, look at this view. Look at that tree. Isn't that wonderful? So we have 2 sons, and you know, made some hard choices and been to some traumatic places and had some traumatic events because of that. And when we moved into this house, I was like, okay, this is like being at a retreat center in the middle of town, and I could walk to STSU for work. I did some work there last year. And then like the bedrooms right here that look out on this gorgeous backyard, I gave those to my sons because I wanted them to wake up every day with something beautiful and life-giving. So that's why I wanted to share this with you. It fills my heart with so much joy to be here. I'm so grateful to God and to Joan, I said her name, to Joan, the homeowner, for letting us live here and renting to us. We just really, really appreciate it. Whoever gets to live in this property after us will definitely be blessed, and we're blessed to be here for now. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.